$800 one-time check for Social Security, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, and Medicare beneficiaries. I have all the details and the answers to your questions right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now this is a question that I've seen showing up down in the comments section quite a few times over the last few days, as many of you here in the community have been wondering, are we going to be getting this one-time $800 payment that they've talked about so many times now? That's a great question and exactly what I want to answer for you right here in this video. As we do know, the Senate was out just a few days ago debating out all the details of this next reconciliation bill, and Bernie Sanders was also out filing some amendments on this bill. So let's get into it and talk about all the details, where we currently stand, and is this $800 payment within the bill? Let's get into it. However, really quickly before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as I am your one and only daily advocate, and I am very much dedicated to you and this community to continue doing all the research, breaking it down into these short videos, which I deliver a few times every single day so you can stay posted with what is actually going on right now and all of these major announcements coming out of these highly impactful and very influential people. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and I'll continue to be here for you every single day, no matter what, to help you out in any way that I possibly can. All right, thanks again. Let's jump into it and talk about where do we currently stand and what is going on with this reconciliation bill, and did Bernie pull it off? Good question. All right, so let's talk about it. I've seen actually kind of interesting question or comment here down in the comment section. I've seen a lot of you lately coming out saying, go Bernie, please, Bernie, we believe in you, do something for us. Yeah, I mean, seriously, right? Over the last couple of years here, I've said it so many times, you got to keep an eye on Bernie Sanders. Again, whether you like him or you don't like him, doesn't really matter. You got to watch the guy because realistically, he's one of these people where he kind of likes to, make a bunch of waves. He likes to rattle the cage, and sometimes he actually does get things done. So, quick side note, by the way, Bernie Sanders is one of the two people. It was Bernie Sanders and Josh Hawley, the two people that we can thank for stimulus check number 2, which probably ultimately led to stimulus check number 3 as well. So, again, it's just a quick example of how they stood up right when it came down to the voting time, and they said, unless we get a stimulus check, we're not voting, okay? Remember that time? It was in late 2020, by the way, is when that happened. But again, just want to throw that out there as a quick example is why we got to watch him, because you never know what Bernie is going to do. All right, so anyway, a couple days ago, we know this. I was covering it pretty closely during the time as the Senate was negotiating out all the details of this next reconciliation bill, the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. So here's what we do know. Within this bill, as they were negotiating all the details out of this, as they were going through the vote-a-rama process, they could file a bunch of amendments on this thing. Bernie Sanders filed 3 separate amendments. One of them was to expand Medicare. Remember this? Now, here's the thing. Let me give you the background on this really, really quickly here. So Bernie Sanders did file an amendment to expand Medicare, which would lower the eligibility age from 65 down to 60, and it would also include hearing, dental, and vision coverages. So this is something that they wanted to do. In fact, they were talking about it all last year, from about April last year until Christmas time, so like 8-month period of time. Last year in 2021, they were working on the Build Back Better agenda, and within it, they wanted to expand Medicare, all of this in there. And remember, as a result of expanding Medicare, what they wanted to do is include hearing, dental, and vision. Well, we already knew that they were pretty much going to drop dental from it. As a result of dropping dental, they said, here, everybody, the 63 million beneficiaries, a little concession for you since we're going to drop dental coverage would be a one-time $800 prepaid card. Remember all this? We've talked about it previously in other videos. Well, here's the thing. Since Bernie wanted to expand, yet again, Medicare in there, the big question was coming out, is that $800 card in there? So let me answer all that for you. Number one, within that expansion that Bernie actually filed with the amendment, was the $800 card in there? Technically, no, it wasn't, because he wanted to expand hearing, dental, and vision, as well as lowering the eligibility age for Medicare in that amendment that he filed just a couple days ago for this reconciliation bill. However, here's the problem. The expansion for Medicare did not go through, so it did not make it into the bill. As a result of that, we also got a huge shaft on the $800 card as well. So when it all comes down to it, Medicare expansion for hearing, dental, and vision didn't happen. As far as the $800 card, yeah, again, didn't happen. So for those of you that have been wondering and believing in Bernie and thinking that Bernie was going to bring us, this whole little card and the expansion and stuff like that, at the end of the day, it didn't work. It did not work. So Bernie tried. He offered the amendment. He tried to vote it in, tried to bring it in, and ultimately it failed miserably, right? So it did not get anywhere near the number of votes that it even got close to getting. So, yeah, that's kind of where we stand on it. So as of right now, when it comes down to Medicare expansion as well as this $800 card, I'm going to be honest with you right now. And again, please don't be upset with me. I'm literally just giving you the information that was brought to us out of the Senate and this bill, as well as the debating process and, of course, the voting through the Vote-A-Rama process. Here's the thing. When it comes down to Medicare expansion and this $800 card, realistically, I'm going to be honest with you right now. It's probably not happening anytime soon, okay? If it happens at all, it's not going to happen anytime soon. This was kind of like the last little opportunity that we had to get this done. Didn't work. They totally denied it. Everybody in Congress denied it. Not just one party in particular, not anybody in particular. It was literally basically everybody except for Bernie denied it. Okay, so it's pretty much the entire Senate said no. So when it comes down to it, nice try, Bernie. Thanks for trying for us. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it did not work. It didn't even come close. So when it comes down to it, I want to say this much. We have to watch the midterm elections now because it totally depends on what happens with the midterm elections. Do Democrats stay in control? And if so, then that's going to open up a whole nother can of worms, being if Democrats control the House and the Senate going forward after the midterm elections, I can tell you this much. I guarantee you 100% there will be more reconciliation bills next year. 100% I guarantee it. Why? Because these are wild cards. They can use them to do virtually anything that they want, just like what they're doing right here with this Inflation Reduction Act of 2022, right? The $433 billion bill that just passed the Senate a couple days ago. So if for some reason, if Democrats lose control of the House, no more reconciliation. It's not an option anymore. If the Democrats lose the Senate, again, no more reconciliation. Done. It's over, okay? If they lose both chambers, the House and the Senate, then again, no more reconciliation. It's not going to happen. So at this point, it all comes down to the midterm elections. And again, I say this in so many videos. I am not taking political sides in my videos, okay? I'm being honest with you. I'm being straightforward with you. I'm being transparent with what could happen and what may happen here. Honestly, we'd have no clue. Based on everything that I've been reading about this, it looks like we're probably going to be flipping at least one of the chambers. Maybe even both of them, okay? Based on everything that I'm seeing right now, based on everything that I'm reading. And yes, I do read both sides because I want to have a balanced opinion and I want to have a balanced kind of mindset on everything going into this. So again, I try to read both sides of the story. I try to take perspective from both sides of the aisle because I want to bring you a balanced and non-biased opinions and non-biased information here in these videos. Even though sometimes they do lean one side or the other, the fact of the matter is I'm trying to tell you the information as I'm finding it. So as of right now, it all comes really down to the midterm elections. So we'll have to see what actually happens here. And which, by the way, when I said a second ago that next year I guarantee you, if Democrats stay in control of the House and the Senate, that there will be reconciliation bills. Just because there's going to be reconciliation bills, it does not mean that there's going to be anything in there for us. Just like the reconciliation bill they passed a couple days ago in the Senate, there's nothing in there. Nothing. $433 billion of nothingness for us, the American people. And when I say nothing, I mean like there's no checks in there. There's no Social Security expansion. There's no $800 card. There's no Medicare expansion. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Yes, there's some, climate funding in there. There's, a little bit of negotiating in there for Medicare where they can negotiate out some of these prescription items. They can only negotiate 10 of them, and that actually goes into effect in 2026, so in 4 years from now. That's what I mean by that, though. When I say nothing for us, I mean like no checks, no raises, nothing like this, okay? That's what I'm talking about when I say there's nothing for us. But I guess if you look at it, yes, there are some, a lot of money in there for climate. There's a lot of money in there for Medicare, negotiating with pharmaceutical makers. There's money in there for tax credits if you want to buy a $60,000 electric vehicle, things like that. If you want to put solar panels on your house or a nice big windmill on the top of your house to conserve energy, then by all means, you could probably get some tax credits for that. Other than that, there's no checks in the bill. There's nothing like that for us when it comes down to that stuff. So that's what I mean by that, okay? So I've seen some people coming down in the comment section, ripping me apart, saying, this is a great bill, it's good. I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just simply saying there's nothing in there for us when it comes down to relief for the American people right now. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, hope that makes sense and gives you a further update. And for those of you that have been asking down in the comment section, I hope this video gives you better perspective on where we currently stand with the $800 card. Unfortunately, we'll have to chalk this one up as another one that they said they were going to do for us and yet didn't follow through. So the tallies are getting pretty long these days as far as how many things that they've said they're going to do for us, and at the end of the day, nothing happens, right? So anyway, I'll keep you posted as anything else changes. Actually, quick side note, there might be some drama in the House here coming up here when they come down to vote on this next bill. So I'll keep you posted on that, but we could be looking at some major drama here in a matter of just a couple of days when the House comes back to vote on it. So I'll keep you posted, but according to what I'm seeing out there, it might not be quite as easy as what we're anticipating. So it might not be just a wham, bam, thank you vote on this thing. It might actually be a little bit of a drama fest. So pull out your pillows and I don't know, sit back, I guess. Oh, man. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Again, subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of the thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel, including, I'll give you a little hint, some videos from yesterday. You follow on the right videos, and you could grab yourself some pretty cool stuff. So go back the last couple days here. There's been some really cool videos, and we're giving away some pretty awesome stuff here, including money bags. Well, not really, but, kind of close. Anyway, enjoy your day. Thanks again. I'll catch you again later in the next